Okay, finally, this is going to be drawing number 6, the arrow. So this one, as we stated earlier, has to be centered, and I'm going to start from the back here in this area. So to center it, I'm going to go from this left-hand border line, 2 3/4 on the left-hand side there. So mark down 2 3/4. Again, these should be light. And then up, I'm going to go from this title block here. Looks like 2 7/8 up. So 2 7/8. And that intersection right there is that intersection of that corner of the arrow. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the back of this to figure out how big the width of the body is. When I measure it, find out if it's 1 inch. So on here, for my starting point, I'm going to go up exactly 1 inch. Now, I'm going to draw these lines forward, not really measuring them. Okay, because on this one, I'm going to use intersecting lines and things to figure out where everything is. So from here now, some people elect to measure and draw these lines and then figure out what these angles are. You can do it that way. The way I like to do it is, since this is a symmetrical object, I like to find the middle of it back on this line right here and then locate the very tip or point of the arrow. So since I know this is 1 inch wide, if I go a ½ inch up, I'll find the center of this object, or the middle. So I've got ½ inch up right there on this little tiny mark that you guys can barely see. If I use my T-square and line it up there, and then draw this line very faintly out over in this direction, I've completely split this in half, in 2 equal halves. So I have a ½ inch there, ½ inch there, for a total of 1 inch. Okay, so the tip is on there somewhere. All I really need to do is measure the overall length of the object. I got around 5 5/8 around. And go from the back there, 5 5/8, and there's the tip of the arrow. Now to find the tip of the arrow, or to create the head of the arrow, it's 60 degrees, but I can't use my 30-60 triangle correctly like that. But what I can do is I can use this with the T-square and make 2 30-degree angles. One up and then one down. So from the tip that I now have located over here, I can do a 30-degree angle this way, then flip it around, put it on top of my T-square, and draw a 30-degree angle down that way. Now finally, last thing to do is actually measure those lines. I'm just going to do it once. 2 3/8. So I've got 2 and 1 2 3/8. I'll mark it up on top there. I'm going to use a completely vertical line using my T-square 90-degree side of the triangle to find where the tips of those wings are. Now they go back at a 60-degree angle until it runs right into the body of the arrow. So from there to there, 60 degrees till I hit it. Now you can see I got a bunch of erasing to do, but I didn't really have to measure all that much. Just using the T-square and the 30-60 degree triangle to create the head of that. And that's drawing number 6, the arrow.